The S&P 500 ended lower on Wednesday, with investors spooked by Middle East tensions, while a tame inflation report claimed concerns around tariff-driven price pressures, and traders awaited more details on China-US trade talks. Wall Street erased modest gains after sources said that the United States is preparing a partial evacuation of its Iraqi embassy due to heightened security risks in the region.
A senior Iranian official said earlier that Tehran will strike U.S. bases in the region if nuclear negotiations fail and conflict arises with the United States.
It's clearly a market that wants to look through the short-term, whether it's exhausted or not, but it wants to look through short-term noise and stick with the long-term fundamentals. And the fact is the fundamentals keep coming through solidly. You know, people thought we'd see more inflation out of today's CPI report, and it's not being passed on. I think companies are either stocked up, they're figuring out how to absorb some of it, or they understand that consumers have had it with inflation, and so there's a big risk to passing it on.
Amazon and Nvidia declined following recent gains, and they weighed on the S&P 500. Data showed consumer prices increased only marginally in May, while economists expect inflation to accelerate in the coming months due to the Trump administration's import tariffs. Annually, headline inflation stood at 2.4% lower than the 2.5% rise estimated by economists polled by Reuters. A day after officials from Washington and Beijing agreed on a framework to put their tariff truce back on track, President Donald Trump said the U.S. deal with China was done, with Beijing to supply magnets and rare earth minerals.